The Secretary.
Honorable Senator Judge Arroyo.
I will not discuss what both the prosecution and the defense had already argued in the closing arguments. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, impeachment is a political process, not a political assassination. An impeachment aspires to be a judicial proceeding that makes it imperative that it stick to judicial rules. And impeachments must ever uphold the due process that no citizen, high or low, can be denied. That is why we wear judicial robes, as you see them, to listen, to ponder, and decide like judges according to law. What started in the House was not an impeachment. For an impeachment is an accusation accompanied by necessary formalities, attended by the appropriate solemnities, flanked by the liberties and guarantees that a genuine grand jury proceeding affords. The purpose is to arrive at a sound finding of probable cause, sufficient to lodge a valid complaint, charging real offenses before the appropriate tribunal. The Senate is being asked to remove the Chief Justice from office, all because he submitted an allegedly erroneous SALN. The Senate trial could be as close to a criminal proceeding in a court of law as non-lawyers can approximate. Thus far are all the great authorities agreed. What has happened is the passage to which the Senate President once warned that we were veering close to a bill of attainder. A bill of attainder is a law passed by one house and approved by the other, creating an offense where there was none, inventing a crime out of actions, willful or not, that were innocent when they were performed. It is a legislative act of convicting an accused of acts that were not offenses in the very measure by which he is condemned, through a vote instead of a trial, on the basis of accusations taken as proof. I cannot imagine removing a Chief Justice on account of a SALN. Today, we are one step from violating the Constitution and passing a bill of attainder. No one can stop us if we do not stop ourselves. This is not justice, political or legal. This is certainly not law. For sure, it is not the law of the Constitution. It is only naked power, as it was in 1972. I had not thought that I would see it again, so brazenly performed. But for what it is worth, I cast my vote, if not for innocents falsely accused of offenses yet to exist, and if not for the law and the Constitution that we were privileged to restore under Cory Aquino, then because it is dangerous not to do what is right. When soon we shall stand before the Lord, I vote to acquit. Thank you.
Honorable Senator Judge Cayetano Alan Peter Compañero.
You shall do no injustice in judging a case. You shall not be partial to the poor or show preference for the mighty. But in the righteousness and according to the merits of the case, judge your neighbor. Leviticus 19:15. Why do we complicate the simple? Di ba simple lang naman ang issue eh. Sino ba nagsasabi ng katotohanan? Ano ba ang katotohanan? Base sa ebidensyang naibigay dito sa korting ito, ano ba ang katotohanan? Almost 10 years ago, nasa Amerika po kami at nagpapagamot po ang aking ama, hindi pa namin alam at that time na may cancer na pala po siya sa tiyan. Dahil gabi-gabi naman siyang umiiyak, sa sakit po, around 2 o'clock in the morning, tinanong ko siya, Dad, anong masakit? Nagulat po ako sa sagot niya dahil sabi niya, Alan, 40 years ago I studied here, I worked here, but I was determined to go back home. 40 years later, nandito na naman ako, ang dami ng ibang umunlad na bansa, ganun pa din tayo. Nabasa ko sa kanyang mata ang simpleng katotohanan na yung corruption at kahirapan ay dinudurog ang spirito ng isang nadudurog na ang katawan. Mas masakit pala yon na yung spirito at pag-asa ang nadudurog, lalo para sa sariling bayan. Gusto ko po magbago ang ating bansa. Gusto ko po na makita na nakatawa din ang aking ama. Ngunit meron din pong cancer ang ating lipunan. Cancer na ang ibang batas at ang ibang pamantayan o standard sa ating lipunan ay iba para sa mayaman at mapangyarihan at iba para sa mahirap. Cancer ng korupsyon. Cancer na para sa mga mayaman at makapangyarihan ang simple ginagawang komplikado. Dahil sa cancer na ito, iba't iba ang interpretasyon ng batas sa mayaman at mahirap. Hindi ko po matanggap ang interpretasyon ng pinakamataas na hukom ng ating bansa na yung $2.4 million ay hindi kailangan ideklara sa SALN sa ilalim ng 6426. Hindi ko po pwedeng matanggap na isang public official sa isang simpleng ploy o paraan na i-convert niya ang kanyang pera sa dolyar ay pwede na niyang hindi ideklara sa SALN. Kaya po ba natin tanggapin ang interpretasyon na kung ang $2.4 po ninyo ay ilalagay nyo sa safety deposit box, ilalagay nyo sa kaha de hierro dun sa inyong opisina, or itatago nyo sa baul sa bahay, ay kailangan itong ideklara sa SALN? Pero pag dineposit mo sa isang dollar account, hindi mo na kailangan i-deposit sa SALN? Mukhang ginawa nating komplikado ang simpleng-simple. Pesos, kahit may confidentiality, kailangan ideklara. Pero pagdating po sa dollars, hindi kailangan ideklara. Pati ba naman sa pera, may diskriminasyon tayo? Pati ba naman sa sarili nating bansa, mangingibabaw pa ang dollar sa peso? When a public official, especially a judge, is faced with two possible interpretations of the law, one which will give life to the spirit of the sovereign will of the people embodied in the Constitution, and another that will protect only himself. It is his moral, human, constitutional duty to choose to protect the Constitution and not himself. If a public official has a choice between harmonizing several laws with the Constitution, 6713, 6426, and the other choice is to make them repugnant with each other o hindi pwedeng magpagsama, ano dapat niyang desisyon? Hindi ba simple? Lahat ng abogado alam yon. You construe it that you will harmonize all of these laws. Ito po ang tanong ko. Paano po kapag ka may kaso ang 1.3 million civil servants, ilan man sa kanila, isa, dalawa o marami, sa Korte Suprema? Paano kung halatang-halatang tinago lang ang pera pero dollar account ang ginamit? Will the Chief Justice have the moral ascendancy now to convict that public official? Hindi pwede. Dahil sa sarili niyang depensa, ginamit niya na yung interpretasyon na to. Sana po, kaya kong tanggapin na yun ang interpretasyon niya, but just in case, dineklara pa rin niya. I would respect him for that. This is what I think the law is, but this is what's good for the country. Therefore, i-declare ko pa rin. Hindi ko rin po matanggap ang interpretasyon ng 80 million na aminado niyang hindi dineklara or part of it ay hindi dineklara, ay ipapaliwanag niya sa pamamagitan lang ng isang kwento na wala siyang isasubmit sa atin na ebidensya. walang ITR ng mga anak niya, walang mga resibo, walang mga passbook, sasabihin lang po na based on his credibility. I'm not saying he's not credible. But if it was anyone else, if it wasn't CJ Coron on the stand, tatanggapin ba natin yung sagot na yon? O sasabihin natin, ano ba ang iyong ebidensya? Especially when the explanation is against human experience or normal human experience. Marami po na mga may edad na sa lipunan, nilalagay sa anak ang mga account nila. Pero tama po, bihira yung anak ang nilalagay sa kanilang magulang. Bakit ang isang clerk hindi lamang nagdeklara ng isang stall sa palengke, tinanggal na? Bakit ang mahirap pag nagnakaw, bawal? Ano ba sinasabi natin sa mahirap? Bawal magnakaw. Bakit sa mayaman, bawal magnakaw? Ng konti. Kasi pag nagnakaw ng marami, lahat na ng technicalities, lahat na ng batas, lahat na ng pwedeng ikomplika ang sistema para protektahan siya ay nasa kanya. Bakit po pag mahirap na huli, ang sasabihin sa kanya, sa presinto ka na magpaliwanag? Bakit po pag mayaman, lahat ng lusot, batas, technicalities, available sa kanya? Sa totoo lang po, sobra po ang ganda ng pagpapatakbo ng ating presiding officer ng korte na to. And I admire the prosecution and the defense, and I admire my colleagues. Pero let's be honest with each other, 44 days, more than 200 hours. Sa totoo lang po, isang linggo, kaya natin tapusin to. Kung nilagay na lang natin sa stand at nagsabihan na lang tayo ng totoo sa isa't isa. At tingin ko po, kung mahirap po ang akusado, nasa presinto, nagpapaliwanag na lang siya. Tingnan niyo po, kahit sa cellphone. Di ba pag mahirap, nahulihan ng asawa na may sweet na text sa iba? Ano sabihin niya? Honey, mis-sent po yan. Hindi ko sell yan. Pag mayaman, kukuha ka pa ng abogado? Sasabihin mo pa? Darling, hindi ko text yan. Hiniram ng iba yan. Nakikigamit lang ako ng cellphone o share kami in trust yan. Commingled ang mga text kaya hindi akin yan. Why do we complicate what is so simple? Technicalities which should protect the rights of people. And I don't blame this court for sticking to technicalities because this is supposed to protect the rights of people. Pero somehow in this country, it is being used to protect people who plunder this country. I remember my law professors at Ateneo School of Law. Sabi niya sa amin, and those of here who graduated from the same school would remember this. If you are strong on the facts, pound on the facts. If you are strong on the law, pound on the law. But if you are not strong or you are weak both on the facts and on the law, pound off the table. Pukpukin ang batas kung doon ka malakas. Pukpukin ang katotohanan o ang facts pag yun. Pero pag hindi, pukpukin mo na lang ang mesa.